Welcome to Veganize It Wednesday. This week we are trying to make some meatballs. So I'm kind of just making up this recipe on my own. I'm crossing a lentil loaf with a black bean burger. So what we've got here is a tablespoon of Italian seasoning, a half of a teaspoon of salt, and a quarter teaspoon of pepper. I have a quarter cup of corn. A half a cup of corn, a half a cup of breadcrumbs, about 2 tablespoons or maybe about 1.5 ounces of tofu. That's going to act as the egg or the binder. I have a cup of dried lentils, a can of black beans. We're going to sprinkle some nutritional yeast over our spaghetti, and from this point right now, we're vegan. I was attempting to make an entire meatball spaghetti vegan meal. So I've got some noodles here. We're going to have some green beans on the side just as a side vegetable. And then I bought the pasta sauce that was on sale. And when you're trying to go vegan, you really realize how many things are not vegan at all. So I literally just picked this up thinking it's original recipe tomato sauce. It's, I don't even have to check it. But it's got Romano cheese, made with Romano cheese right on the front, which I didn't notice. And it says here, the Romano cheese, sheep's milk, cheese cultures. So this spaghetti sauce is not vegan. So please just ignore that and learn that you really do have to check every ingredient to see if it is vegan. So we're going to make the vegan meatballs, and then we're just going to use that spaghetti sauce because it's what we have. I'm also going to use a tablespoon of red wine vinegar just for some added flavor and acidity, and I'm going to cook my lentils in this Better Than Bouillon seasoned vegetable base. I have probably used this in every single recipe that we do. I absolutely love this stuff. I think it lasts forever. It gives so much flavor. It's so compact and doesn't take up much room. I love it. I can't say enough good things about it. We're going to start by adding 1 cup lentils and 2 cups of water and a teaspoon of the Better Than Bouillon vegetable base. We're going to get that cooking. Meanwhile, you can start boiling your water and get your pasta cooking while the lentils are cooking. Once the lentils are done cooking, you're going to add them to the food processor with the tofu and seasoning and blend that well. Then you'll add the teaspoon of red wine vinegar. Once that's nice and combined, you will add your corn, and I just blended that just a little bit so the corn was kind of chopped up, and you should have a pasty consistency. Now you're going to add your can of black beans and your mix that up, and then you'll add your breadcrumbs. Once everything's nice and combined, you should have a consistency that is firm enough to make some meatballs. So you just form as many meatballs as you can. Now, this plan probably would have worked had I taken this tray and just put it into the oven, but I chose a different route. We will get to that. And like I said previously, while the lentils were cooking, I cooked my pasta, so it is now finished and drained and set aside, and I have this pan which I decided to use to cook the meatballs, which was probably not the best idea. So I put some oil in the bottom of the pan and dropped the meatballs in one by one and put a lid on it to let them start to cook. While this is happening, I put the spaghetti sauce in the bottom of the steaming basket, or in the pan underneath the steaming basket, and put some green beans in the top. So now the sauce can warm up and the green beans will steam. I checked on the meatballs a couple times. I added a little bit more oil, and the more and more I looked at them, they just kind of started to, I guess, bake or expand and turn to mush. Eventually, I just decided to mush them all up and add the spaghetti sauce and just create a meat sauce for the spaghetti. I did let the mushed up mash or meat cook a little bit more before I added the spaghetti sauce, so I did let it brown just a little bit more. And there you have it. We just had a vegan meat sauce. Basically, we just took the noodles, topped it with meat sauce, and then some nutritional yeast, and had green beans on the side. Pat actually really liked this, and I did too. He doesn't usually like wet spaghetti sauce, and this was nice and thick, so we both really liked it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and if you have any vegan meals you want to see, list them in the comments below.